the time.
Yeah,
Cams are okay, Keith?
Yeah, sure. Who cares?
Keith Malley.
All right, everybody. I'm doing a mic check. Hamdo will talk.
I'll do a mic check. I don't mind.
Casey, last movie you saw in a movie theater? Bring it.
last movie I saw them. Oh, you asked me this last time. I always forget. I think it was Mandy.
Mandy, did you enjoy
It
it?
was so fucking cool, man. It was rad as hell.
Is
I wish
it-
I was high when I watched it because it's fucking.
Is
wild
there Satan
stuff.
stuff in it? Or
Yeah, it's all satanic. Nicolas
Shit,
Cage at his best.
Shit, yeah.
Why weren't you high?
Because I didn't know if it would be too scary and I'd freak out. So I
That's
don't-
adorable.
Yeah, I don't smoke weed that much anymore, so I'm like a little worried sometimes. But this was like fun, spooky.
That's cool.
Because I got high before, I think Hereditary, and it was horrific, and it really ruined my day.
Wow.
Did you see that movie?
No.
Oh my god, it's so fucked.
What is it?
Maybe I had to be high because I was sober and bored as fuck.
You were bored at Hereditary?
Oh my god.
Are you kidding me?
All right, listen.
All right, I
Oh,
can't.
boy.
It's so emotional.
So the dad thinks the mom's making shit up and going crazy,
Yeah.
right? But
But
he saw things fly around the room.
Uh huh.
Huh?
He still is. Maybe he thinks he's going crazy, but I'm just saying, like, even
Why would he
like-
be mad at her if he's going crazy too? What an asshole.
I think they had deeper problems.
How
in
did
their
she
relationship.
take? I'll tell you a deeper problem. A deeper problem is that she can go out and unbury a body supposedly and drag it up to the fucking attic by herself, and he had no clue.
It sounds like you're projecting some of your own stuff. on
Well, my wife did that once. It didn't make sense.
them. I thought it was very sad.
That was great.
Well, I wish I was high when I watched it because it's fucking.
Is
Wild
there Satan
stuff.
stuff in it? Or
Yeah, it's all satanic. Nicholas. Maybe he thinks he's going crazy, but I'm just saying, like, even
Why would he
like-
be mad at her if he's going crazy too? What an asshole.
I think they had deeper problems.
How
in
did
their
she
relationship.
take? I'll tell you a deeper problem. A deeper problem is that she can go.
Deeper problem.
We get into it. All right, so I'm gonna play some of this nondescript music while Princess Kendall waits for her tea, and then we'll begin.
thank you.
Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
Today's guest featured on Jimmy Kimmel Live, Comedy Central. His album from Comedy Central Records titled Wild Country Phoenix. He's been featured on My Name is Keith. He was found in a blackout in a burrow over 2 hours later. Ladies and gentlemen, Casey James Salengo.
Hello, it's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me,
Hey,
folks.
buddy,
It's
thank
always
you.
an honor.
Well, last time you were here,
Yeah.
it was September of 2018.
Beautiful time.
This is January of 2019 for the record.
Certainly is.
You were here with your lovely girlfriend, Courtney McGinnis.
What an angel. What a sweet princess.
And you were talking about how you guys were trying out sobriety.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Hold on. And you said, you know what, this is exciting where we're at right now. I'm waking up with a clean head. I see all my possibilities. What if I become a parent? I see of a child. I see all this future in front of me. And that was day 2 of sobriety.
I said that?
Yes. So where are we at now?
Well, no, we're off the train, baby.
Oh,
no more
okay.
kids for me. Well, we're doing sober, what was it, September? So we're doing a month.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a full-time
Did
deal.
you do it?
We made it.
You made a month.
I made it. I made it.
Wow.
So, yeah, I made the whole month, and then I hopped back off. I had to go to a wedding with people that I haven't seen since like middle school, and it was very uncomfortable. And
Being sober was uncomfortable.
just being around them was uncomfortable. So then I started drinking, and that didn't even make it more fun. So I just went and sat in a hotel room alone.
Okay. Did it happen to be day 31?
It was 30, I think. Actually, it might have been 28 days. I might not have made it. But that's a month. That's February. That's a month.
This
I said a month. I didn't say which one.
Does part of you, because I know how I would feel to myself. I'd be like, all right, what's 2 days and I have to go to this wedding?
Yeah.
But then you become an adult and you learn there's always something.
There's
Did
always
you feel
something.
like a little bit of a piece of shit to go, man, I couldn't go 2 more days when it mattered?
Well, I think I told myself the wedding at the beginning that I'm going to break it at this wedding in 28 days is fine. So I guess it would have been cooler if it was 2 more days, but I don't know. That's pretty good. 28. Come on.
Right.
Why
Right.
don't you bring me down?
Thank
Keith?
God you're with an enabler, right?
I
Nobody
know,
brings
it's
you
great.
down. Right.
She just pours booze in my mouth when I'm sleeping. Every night. I'm like,
then-
honey, I don't want it.
And then she goes, if you're drinking too.
She's
go,
like,
go.
well, if you're having a drink.
What did you guys think of the sober month together?
It was fun. It was great. It was just a little boring. We didn't go out too much. We spent a lot of time in the house, eating Chinese food, watching movies. So it was nice. We felt better physically, but
Is that worth it?
we weren't really going out. Yeah, sometimes it's like it seems fun, but also I like to be out around people, and they really bother me if I'm not drinking. Sometimes I find.
Does the bank call you like there's a reverse fraud? Like, excuse me, sir. How do you have money in your account? We have to flag this.
I only use cash, so nobody's
Okay.
calling me.
Did you see? Because I've had friends who just stopped for a month, a couple months, and when you go out to dinner with these people, they look at the bill and they think the food is free because usually,
Yeah.
if the food is $35, your drink bill is $35 also. So you have a $70 bill. Did you experience any kind of money?
Yes, that was nice because you go out and you get a fancy cocktail. It's like fucking $18. So that was pretty sweet. Just water for me, but I'll get myself a little Pepsi, a little treat. I deserve it. But yeah, no, that was definitely a cool part. I definitely saved money. I was still poor, but I stayed the same level of poor instead of being much poorer.
You're on a wheat cupcake right now, right?
Like a small bite
so
of it.
So you can't tell necessarily what's real and what's not.
I
Because
don't
it's
know
not,
I feel a little weird, but it could just be the cold
Is
or
it
maybe
weird-
get enough sleep. I don't know.
Is it weird that you have to take everybody's word for everything for the rest of your life? Is that weird?
Yeah, it's an odd phenomenon, but I'll do it. I don't mind.
You know, we were talking about it was Andrea's birthday party, also New Year's
Happy
Eve.
birthday, Andrea.
And she thanks you. And there's the place is filled with people, and a lot of people. You know how this thing works. Andrea doesn't even know them,
Yeah,
but that doesn't stop them from coming to a party on acid, high as a
Oh
kite.
no, I would.
Right? So, do you ever do that?
No, I'm terrified. See, I don't smoke weed that often because I freak out in my head.
Okay.
I'm very in my head. So I don't take those kind of drugs. It has to be very private. I did mushrooms. Me and the lady went up to like a cabin in Vermont and we took mushrooms. It was
How did
beautiful.
that go?
It was lovely. We
Yeah?
walked around the wilderness. We sat in a hot tub and listened to Journey.
Wow.
It was beautiful. It was quite a time. We watched the Royal Rumble. She didn't like that part, but I had a good time.
Is it possible to have sex on mushrooms? It seems a little overwhelming.
We did it,
Wow.
but it took a while.
But the law counts it.
Well, the law counts it. There was insertion.
Did you mush it in? Or?
I think it was a slight mush. I think it made I found some pictures. Apparently I took some pictures of us naked in the mirror when our mushrooms, and my penis looked so small. I was like, man, those mushrooms had a weird effect on my dick, and I was like, I should delete these.
Do you try to convince her like the rest of the dick's inside you?
It's the rest of the dick's inside.
You can't see it.
But I can't. I went to one party. We took like a little bit of mushrooms on 4th of July, and we're going to this big comic party, which I'm usually totally against, but I was a little drunk already, and I was like, all right, my friends convinced me. And as soon as we got to the party, it was way too much. I walked down in this backyard, and I was wearing a Hawaiian shirt, and like my hair was all fucked up. And I walked out, and everyone just started laughing in my face at how I looked. And I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Right. You couldn't date somebody who was sober, right? Would you have
No,
to
I
rate,
could. I've
you
dated
think?
sober people.
Yeah, but I mean, we know how it worked
I
out.
feel like every time I'm here, you're trying to pressure me into being sober.
Wouldn't I
This
be
is
an
the only reason you invite me here.
Wouldn't I be an asshole
You
if I
want
didn't?
to drag everybody down with you, Keith? Come on, I'm having fun.
All right. We asked the audience, do you sober people, do you find drunk people more amusing or annoying? And discounting the people that signed up and said, I'm a sober person. I'm not a sober person. Excuse me. Out of the sober people, 25% find you guys amusing, 75% annoying. I'm an amusing person. I enjoy it.
You really?
I love drunk people stumbling at the cheese tray, acting like they're just, taking it in. This one has holes. It's like, I know you're trying to find your footing. I can watch that stuff all day.
That's hilarious. No, I find drunk people very annoying when I'm not
Okay.
drinking for the most part. But
It sounds like you find people annoying, period, unless you're drunk.
sometimes I find people. I guess I could easily be a hermit. People bother me a lot.
But you need them a lot because for some reason you're like, I got to go out. I just need a beer.
Yeah, it just makes it easier. I remember being uncomfortable even as a kid a lot of the times, and then I'd go to parties and like I would just stay silent in the corner a lot because I don't know, I'd just be overwhelmed. And then when I got to college and I started going to parties and drinking, I'm like, wait a minute, this is what I was missing. This is fun.
Right.
I was like, now I can tolerate people. So that probably sounds like a problem. You guys really are making me feel bad about myself, but
If you're good, I'm
I
good.
think the weed thing is kicking in now because I'm starting to spiral into my own brain.
How old are you again?
32.
Okay. So there's time, right?
There's time to turn the ship around, right? Also, I just wanted to say, you guys, I've got my podcast, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and we've gotten a lot of new listeners lately who said they heard me on here and
fun.
popped back over. So thanks, guys.
Outstanding.
I appreciate it.
That's great.
You're sweet.
And that is where you're sober for an hour, right? And we see what happens.
No, we recorded one last night. We were very drunk because after the Eagles played, and my buddy's a big Eagles fan. It's a mess. We shouldn't have released it.
Right. But it's about daddy issues.
No, it's about we bring on female comics to talk to us about like love and relationships and just tell us how to be better people, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do they recommend?
It's
What
usually
do you
just talking
find
about dating, just not being a piece of shit,
Okay.
just being responsible.
What have you learned?
What have I learned? I guess it's just I don't know. It's just
Okay, so it's going good.
it's hard to say.
All right.
I've learned so much. You have to listen back to the old pod. Andrew was on it before. It was
Right.
a great time.
What'd she teach you?
I don't remember. That was a long time ago. Her podcast partner Emily Lubin was on it one time, and
She called her ex.
she
Right?
called her boyfriend on the phone, and he broke up with her live on the podcast. I had to leave the room. It was so uncomfortable.
And you're the host.
I couldn't do it. I was like, we should not. This is horrific.
There's you have these dogs, by the way, that of course are trained to smell weed and bark and point it out. They're trained for all drugs,
Yeah,
cocaine, etc.
Narcs.
But they're not able to tell the cop the difference. Like one bark isn't weed and two barks is cocaine.
And 3 barks is cancer.
So now that
Yeah,
weed is
yeah.
becoming legal,
Yeah.
and it slowly will everywhere in America, they have to retire these dogs.
Oh,
But then, to be honest, who's going to want to take these? I don't want an asshole dog.
every time you're fucked up, it's just
It barks 5 times when you cheated on your girlfriend.
right. Who wants this dog?
yeah, you gotta.
They're obviously well taken care of dogs. They just have a problem anytime anyone's on weed. They start, nobody's gonna want them.
I think cops should have to take the dogs home with them, and now that's
Yes.
their problem. And if they want to do drugs off the clock, fuck you. You don't get to do it if you're stopping everyone else.
Correct.
You
Nice.
bitch.
Casey, I follow on Twitter.
that's
Casey
great.
J. Salengo. My favorite holiday tradition, he rates, is meeting my girlfriend's relatives and immediately clogging their toilets. Yeah, I would jump out a window. That'd be the end of the
It
visit.
happens all the time. They all use this fancy, like thick toilet paper. It's like a comforter, and I'm just in there. I'm like, I just meet them. Like, how you doing? Where's your bathroom? And then, we're eating lots of weird foods, and I've got, I probably have IBS, but I haven't gotten it checked out.
Right. Do you give solid dumps?
I do on occasion, quarterly.
On occasion, instead of the opposite.
Every fiscal quarter. Yeah, I've got weird food allergies, and I've gone to the doctor about it, but I'm on like Medicaid, so they never really help me out at all.
What would you be if you weren't a comic?
When I was younger, I love animals, so I'm a dog walker now. I wanted to be like a veterinarian or something like that. I wanted to be a professional wrestler. That was my biggest goal. But I went through puberty very late, so I wasn't this large hulking man you see in front of you.
Right, so comic it is. I
Comic,
get it, yeah.
But wrestler, I still think I could have been a great wrestler, but I've got no athletic ability at all.
You think it was puberty and not you never went to a gym?
What the fuck? What's your problem? What the fuck is your problem?
I'm just
I'll take you
asking.
to a gym right now. You son of a- I go to the gym now. I literally was a squishy little boy. I had no testosterone in my body. What am I supposed to do? I signed up for the wrestling team twice in school. The first year, we're all like, all right, the first day, everyone was like going for a run. We're like, we're going to run down to the clock tower. And I was like, that's like 2 miles away. I was like, it's time for fucking running club. So everybody went that way, and I just walked home, and then everyone back. And then the second year, I made it through the practices, and it was hell. It was horrific. Like, everyone was very in shape, strong guy. I was a little marshmallow, and we got the weigh-ins, and this guy in front of me gets on the scale, and he was 140. And this guy was ripped. He would have, like, tore me in half. And then I got on the scale. I was 180, and I was like, I don't even know what the 180 kids are going to look like. I can't do this. And I was out. So if I was now, I'm a pretty big guy.
You're a regular Hulk Hogan.
I'm a regular Hulk Hogan. I'm pumped full of synthetic testosterone. I'm doing great, baby.
And you actually are on synthetic testosterone, right?
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you have something where testosterone doesn't produce as regularly as other boys.
Yeah, I don't think it produces at all. Something nobody can figure it out. As I said, I'm on Medicaid, so they're like, yeah, put these chemicals in you. They're like, is it better? I'm like, yeah, I guess. So
Do you tell like trans jokes and they're like, no, I get to.
no, I get to.
No, I get to.
No, I do not tell trans jokes. I probably could though.
Are you honest with doctors about how much you drink or do edibles?
Yeah, I am. I started going to this Polish doctor recently, and I swear to God, it's true. I'd tell it as a joke, but it's like the lady, instead of asking how much I drink, she just goes, "Do you drink beer or vodka?" And I go, "Beer." She goes, "Okay, that's fine. That's fine." Like, okay.
You did your best.
She didn't even ask how much.
Right.
Yeah.
They got to trick us. That's
Yeah.
the truth.
No, but so I'm honest with them.
Yeah, that was very honest. if they don't ask, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I've been to doctors, of course, and they go, "How much do you drink?" And I'd lie, and I'd say,
You'd lie.
I'd say 3 drinks a day, and they go, "Oh my God, why so much?" And I'm like, "Well, thank God I made it up."
You know what's great? I used to go to doctor's appointments with Keith, and I'd hear these lies, and I would just be like, Keith, tell him the truth. And he's like, shut the fuck up.
Right.
Why were you lying?
Well, I wonder.
I just told you why. Also,
What?
not only to not deal with my problem, but they can't handle 3 drinks a day. They think they need to call 911.
That's true.
You know? Oh, I'm gonna get a painkiller if your
Yeah.
mind's already being
It's
blown.
fucked up. They say on average, I'm always like, let's say like 1 or 2 on weekdays, bumped up to like 17, 18 on weekends. Why don't you fucking graph it out?
Yeah, but don't you have right? Just test me. It's that.
Just ask me, whatever it is.
What does the blood say?
boy.
That can't be lying, could it?
Oh, God.
I was reading that the number one most addictive. This isn't really a surprise, I guess, but number one most addictive substance. What do you think it is?
Cigarettes.
Heroin.
Heroin, yes, old heroin will sneak up on you. Yeah.
Are they counting the pill version of heroin?
They're saying heroin.
Okay.
They're not messing around.
I think a lot of people bump up. See, where I come from, everybody's on pills, as I was saying, and everybody starts taking the pills, and then they bump up to heroin because it's cheaper.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I think these things are really weird because a lot of heroin users use heroin because the doctors stopped giving them the thing.
Yeah. And they stopped, or they just got it. Like I got painkillers for like I have a few teeth removed, and they gave me painkillers for that, and they were pretty cool. And I was like, I can't do these anymore because they're awesome. And then I used to work with heroin addicts, and they would give them a Buterol, something like that, something that's like
To take them
still
down.
seems like they're on heroin because they're still nodding off and they're still doing like the lean thing, but I guess it's not as bad.
It's a drug that helps you come down off of heroin, so
Yeah.
they could monitor it. And so what happens is you are still on heroin,
Yeah,
but
so
you're on a lower dose. But if you get off heroin right away, I
not
go to
good.
way too many meetings. But if you get off heroin right away, you could just die. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
just a
not
way
good.
to hold your body up while you're getting off it.
The opiate causes dopamine levels in your brain. That's the good stuff. Everybody
Good
knows
stuff,
that.
baby.
That's what makes you dope.
Increases it by 200% in experimental animals.
Ooh.
So think of the happiest you've ever been, right?
Yeah.
You could be 200% happy.
That's fucking awesome. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I remember taking for the teeth getting out, and then it was pretty rad. That's probably the happiest I've ever been.
Second most addictive, cocaine.
Cocaine, really? Cool.
Yeah. So these people talking about cigarettes, they're exaggerating.
Yeah, I guess they are. I thought yeah.
I thought meth, really. I thought meth would be higher than coke.
Well, I heard Slash on an interview. I think it was Mark Maron's podcast, and he was talking about how he's OD'd on heroin a bunch of times, and he's like clean now. He said the only thing he misses is cigarettes. That's the only thing he like still has trouble with, and that's take nicotine for it. So
Number 3 is nicotine.
Mm-hmm.
More than 2/3 of Americans who tried smoking reported becoming dependent during their life.
Mm.
In 2002, it's estimated there were more than 1 billion smokers, and it has been estimated that tobacco will kill more than 8 million people annually in 2030.
Damn.
Let's see. Dopamine levels rise 25 to 40%, so it's not even close to
It's
heroin.
not even close. Just do heroin.
You got to do a bunch of cigarettes.
Yeah. Just eat the cigarettes.
Number 4, downers.
Downers.
Things used to treat anxiety and induce sleep.
Like Keith.
I'm a bummer. The irony is Keith's a drug trying to heal me. Number 5, alcohol.
Ah, cool.
Don't you think it's crazy that cigarettes and alcohol are in the top 5 amongst the illegals?
Right.
Yeah.
Isn't that fascinating that the government keeps saying we're trying to protect you, but it really doesn't fucking matter?
Yeah. I mean, what are you gonna?
So
What are you
not
gonna do?
included if you're like, Keith, you named everything.
Yeah.
Weed, ecstasy, mushrooms, acid, PCP, and other stuff is still out there. But these are the top 5.
I don't really hear a lot about, like, I was on ecstasy and I had to, like, go to rehab.
Right.
I don't hear a lot of that. Like, I knew someone who did Molly.
Because they all drowned in the ocean.
Every
They
one
just
of
keep
them.
touching water till they die.
I knew someone who did Molly too often,
Yeah.
but then I don't know. I think like he scaled back just because it's $50 a pop.
Yeah.
It's exhausting,
it's
and
terrible.
it's not really. It doesn't seem to be the thing that people go to like again.
I've had friends who like microdose with Molly, and I'm like, that's the worst thing I've ever heard of. Where they just take a little bit every day, and it's a terrible idea. And I know people would like do it like every night. And it's
What's
not
their
good.
response to it? Like, how do they deal?
It seems like it's hyped them up, but I mean, the depression for me, I've taken it a couple times, and like the depression I feel afterwards for like 2 weeks, I'm like, this is not worth it at all. But for them, I guess it just
Well, the point
picks
is
them up.
they're not stopping.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not
Right.
stopping, so I guess you're just putting that delay. But I mean, you only have so much serotonin your brain can squeeze out.
Dude, you
You're
don't know
fucked.
if you're high now or not. Who are you
That's true.
judging?
I'm not judging. I'm just saying it seems like a bad idea. I don't really know where I am, to be honest. But you guys are cool.
Casey's Twitter, December 31st, I'm going to improve myself in every way. January 2nd, I'm going to love myself the way I am.
Yeah.
That's right.
I had so many resolutions, and immediately I was just like laying in bed until 2 p.m. playing video games. I'm like, yeah, these aren't going to take.
Are you a good gift giver?
Yes, I'm very, I'm pretty thoughtful. I usually don't have a lot of money. I got a lot of money this year right before Christmas. I was able to go out and get some nice stuff. But I like, if I have a lot of money, I love to go give people gifts. And
I remember being a kid and we get socks and I think, well, bullshit. Now I'm like,
I love socks.
I
Cool.
love
I
socks.
need socks all the time.
Right. Let me tell you about this company, Me Undies.
MeUndies.
I've never thought I'd be bragging about underwear
I know.
and talking about. If you told me
Uh-huh.
a year ago,
A year.
Keith, on your show, you're going to be telling people where to buy underwear, where to get gifts of underwear to the people that you love. I think
What'd you say?
honest to God, I think I'd rip out your vocal cords for damaging my eardrums and wasting my time.
That is extreme. But
I'm
yeah.
not. I would be in prison.
You'd be in prison.
But here I am.
Look at this.
Here I am going, you know what? I love Me Undies.
That's great, man.
I don't care if it makes me sound like a caveman. Me Undies are fantastic. They're soft. They really show off. Like I take my pants off ready for good time.
Good time, good time.
And it's like, boop.
Hey,
Yeah.
get a look.
You get it.
That's great. You've shown a lot of growth. Not ripping people's vocal cords out anymore.
Oh, yeah. And I show growth. Listen, it's like being hugged by an emotionally supportive cloud. That's the way I feel about it.
That's sweet.
You ever swim in a pool of cotton candy without the stickiness?
You ever take a bath with underwear on?
No, I haven't done any of these things.
Now that I would understand. Come to doing that. MeUndies has a great offer for you. For any first-time purchasers, when you order MeUndies, you get 15% off and free shipping. What? Start the year off right and flip your underwear drawer. Look at your underwear now. What are you doing?
Yeah.
It's a vomitus.
Bullshit.
It is bullshit. Get 15% off the most comfortable undies you will ever put on. And I know what you're thinking. Keep
What?
their underwear. What could they be?
How?
That's what I thought. But you got to think about it. You have people dedicated to making every little thing better. You have somebody born to make TVs better. You have somebody born to make cameras better. Your phone better. Well, guess what? There's fucking wackos out there that their job is to make underwear better.
They're nuts.
Here they are.
That's incredible.
Now, until they're put in a home, take advantage.
Take advantage, guys. Don't be
Get-
crazy.
Don't be crazy.
Don't be nuts.
Let them cradle your nuts. To get 15% off your first pair, free shipping, and a 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to MeUndies.com/KATG. That's MeUndies.com/KATG. I love them.
Yeah, I love them.
You want to hear a true
That's
story?
great. Yes, I would love to hear
I
a
have
true story.
never not. This has never happened.
What?
A scenario where I take off my pants and I have MeUndies on,
Yeah.
and another woman is with me, and I did not have sex.
Another
that has
woman.
never happened. A woman. I'm fluid. But you get what I'm saying.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Honestly,
incredible.
Honest to God.
Well, good for you, buddy. I'm glad
Thank
you're getting
you.
out there slinging that thing around.
Oh, yeah, dude. I'm telling you. The underwear, the bed that I have,
What's the bed?
I have a sleep number bed.
Holy shit, Keith. Come on, baby.
Let me tell you what. And I took this bed from my last relationship, okay?
Mm-hmm,
So a new woman isn't going to want to be in that same bed.
No.
I go, really?
Get rid of that.
Because I'm going to change the setting on my bed. She goes, what? What are you talking about?
What's your problem?
She goes, you sound like a mental case.
Get out of your mind.
Are you certifiable? And I'm like, no, listen, because I'm trying to be better with communication.
Absolutely. That's great.
So I say, please hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not making sense, okay.
Yeah.
But I can change the softness and firmness of the bed to the point where it feels like a whole new bed.
So what the hell?
So you're not rolling around in Janet's juices. This
Janet's
is a whole
juices?
new story going on here.
No more Janet's juice.
And she goes, now I'm starting to understand.
Ah.
So I lay her down on the bed,
Ooh, very nice.
right?
Smooth.
And I go, is your head comfortable? Bzz. I raise the head a little bit.
Wow.
I raise the feet.
She likes that.
That has nothing to do with even the softness and firmness that I'm talking about. That's
You
just a
didn't
bonus.
You didn't even get to that yet.
Yeah. Then I go, you're a 35, baby doll.
You're at 35.
Done.
Woo.
Done. Guess who forgot about Janet?
This girl.
This girl.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, no, I like her. I'm going to find out her name. But anyway, the sleep number beds, you can adjust the softness and
Yes.
firmness on a whim, right? Let's say Hemda has a busted leg.
Yeah.
So she goes, well, I need a firmer bed tonight. What's she going to do? Call in a pit crew? That would make no sense. They work on cars.
That's ridiculous.
That's asinine.
Where are you going to find a pit crew?
At this time of night,
They're unreliable.
right?
Nothing.
They're at NASCAR making thousands.
I'm not doing it.
Hey, I mean, if Hemda has thousands saved,
Sure.
they'll try to pick up a manual. No.
I don't know. It's not worth it.
I don't even know what's happening.
She takes her app and she goes, bzzzt. She just made it firmer.
That's great.
Now she can sleep like an angel.
NASCAR boys, stay home.
This is what sleep number beds are all about.
Figured it out. Hell yeah, man. You got me hyped up.
Yeah. You know what I'm jealous about,
What?
actually?
What's
So
that?
this, I just described my bed. That's not even what I'm selling you.
Oh my God. What
You're
the hell are you selling?
no, yeah. Sleep number 360 smart beds.
What the fuck?
These beds adjust themselves as you sleep.
How?
It catches you tossing and turning,
No.
and then it fixes the bed.
Holy.
Zzz.
What? It does it itself?
Yeah, so you
God
can wake
damn.
up and see what it did to you. You're not violated. You know,
Oh my God.
it's consensual, but you see it and you go, "Oh, thanks for the favor.
Thanks for the favor,
I slept
bud.
like an angel."
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Not Janet. Sleeping great.
Bye, bitch.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
That's like Black Mirror, but like good.
Yeah,
Good stuff happens.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
good Black Mirror.
It's good Black Mirror.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's rad, man.
Come in during the January savings event and save up to $500 on select Sleep Number 360 smart beds.
Shit.
If you're curious, hey Keith, what's your sleep number? It's a 45, but guess what? Tonight it might change. Don't call me a liar.
The number of your favorite president.
Yeah. Sleep Number is the official sleep and wellness partner of the NFL.
What the hell? Those boys gotta sleep good.
And who doesn't love them?
I love
These
them.
guys, but seriously, you see these football players?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
see
know
'em.
who's telling you that
Yeah.
football's gotten too safe and pansy.
who's
I
saying
watched
that?
this
No.
game. The quarterback's head gets smacked off the ground. Boom!
Boom.
No, stay there for next play. You're the only good quarterback we have. No, this is deadly. Guess what?
What?
They sleep.
Holy shit.
What do they sleep on?
What's that?
Sleep Number
No,
beds.
I should have guessed.
Yeah, I have a concussion. Let me adjust that to an 80. You need a little extra firmness so you don't eat your own, swallow your own brain.
Swallow your own
You'll
brain.
only find Sleep Number at one of their 575 Sleep Number stores nationwide.
That's a lot.
Right. Sleep Number recommends you do see a doctor if you have a concussion of any kind. Visit sleepnumber.com/KATG. Find the one nearest you. I love these, but I'm telling
That's
you,
incredible.
if you told me 2 years, 6 months ago,
What would you do 2 years? 6
that
months?
I'm going to be talking about beds that adjust
Yeah, what are you gonna
with great passion and honesty.
say? Yeah. What's gonna happen 2 years ago in 6 months?
I don't know if you, speaking of Black Mirror, I don't know if you played that Choose Your Own Adventure
I didn't
show
play
they have,
it seems stressful.
but you can chop up your dad in pieces and bury him.
No.
Long story short, I'd be in jail.
You would kill your dad.
I would think I would have killed my
If
father.
someone said you're gonna be talking about a bed, you'd kill your dad.
Because my brain would short circuit. I'm like, oh, so that's what I did. So I helped invent, not to exaggerate, podcasting, so that one day I can tell you about a bed with passion. Die. But no, here I am. Here I am.
You're doing it.
Well, I would have been embarrassed.
Doing very embarrassing.
Doing the show from a jail, going, hey,
Jeez
look,
Louise.
well, here I am. I want to tell you
That
about
was
this
wrong.
bed that I can't appreciate.
Your dad's chopped up in the ground,
Yeah.
and you're talking about beds in jail.
Yeah.
That would have been rough.
So no matter where you are, except prison, you can take advantage of these Sleep Number beds. All right, and that's what I recommend.
That's beautiful stuff, man.
Thank you.
You're passionate.
Well, you find something you want people to know.
Yeah,
You know?
I agree.
There's three things in this life that are amazing, I've learned.
I can't. Stop. You have to stop. That's enough.
Blood.
can't
You ever have
fucking
you ever have one of these blood oranges?
Blood oranges are great.
They're so good. And Sleep Number beds.
Sleep Number beds.
And my underwear.
Your underwear.
I have soft underwear.
That's beautiful stuff, man.
Yeah. I don't sound like an asshole, right? Like
No,
I'm
I
just
love
bragging
it.
about beds and underwear.
I think you sound very modest.
Okay. Just, I want people to know. It's rude.
It's rude of you not to tell people, honestly.
It really is. And
You're
I'm
a
telling
hero.
you how you can do it. I'm not like I have a bed. Goodbye. Do you know JD Power?
Yes, I've heard. In Associates, yes.
Yeah, they had something to do with this bed.
Oh, hell yeah. They did it.
So that's good stuff.
Yeah, that's great stuff.
You've heard them.
I've heard all about
Yeah.
it.
Highest in customer satisfaction with mattresses. I'm gonna guess that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, that's what I would think. So,
That's incredible stuff, dude.
so sleepnumber.com/KTG. You'll find the one nearest you. I say, find the one furthest you. Get a bad back, and then make them test the bed.
Walk about 15 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's worth it.
That's great.
I
Man.
jogged. This is a true story. You don't have to do this. I jogged to the local Sleep Number store.
You did?
With a backpack of bricks on my back.
Bricks.
Yeah, just to feel uncomfortable.
You're wild.
Like I had a stressful day. And then I'm like, this is a good bed. You know?
This is a good bed.
Yeah.
Well, that's beautiful, man. Great stuff.
So, you know, it's 2019.
It sure is.
You're going to be the best you can be. Mm-hmm. But how does it start?
I don't know.
With sleep.
Well, obviously,
You
yeah.
even don't have to start over.
I forgot what we're talking about.
All right. I was reading.
Can we somehow keep Casey? And then, like, when we talk about any sponsor, he just comes on.
I'm very excited. I'll start. I love products. I love it.
It's good to learn.
Yeah, I love learning.
He was taking notes the whole time. He's like, honey, I think we have to buy a JD Power.
I think
What?
JD I think I misunderstood what we're doing.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Anyway, my sleep number
That's
is
good.
85.
Oh, wow. That's a high.
See?
Yes, I like it stiff.
45, 85. Like
Yeah.
it's stiff.
Yeah, you can I can set my side of the bed one number,
And then new
the,
Janet.
the other side a totally different number.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking Nuts.
And let's say you're
That's
in,
how Janet stopped bitching.
That's how we got Jan to shut
now
the
let's
hell
say
up.
you're in a relationship.
Sure.
And you could look and see how your sleep adjusted day by day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh no, I cheat on my wife.
Oh, no.
I don't want my wife to see day by day who's
Yeah.
been in
Why?
the bed.
Why?
You
Why?
know what the-
Well, I'm saying you can
Yeah.
turn it off.
You can turn it off so
Yeah.
you can cheat on your wife.
Yes.
And no one's the wiser.
Right.
That's brilliant.
Just love these emails that we get.
I'm just telling you what you could do. Don't.
You don't have to.
Unless you want to. I mean, I don't know the whole story.
Cheat on your wife.
Cheat on her. Maybe she's
cares?
brain dead and she wanted you to.
What in the world?
I don't know.
It could. I mean, that's possible.
I'm sleep number. I judge you. No, they
number.
they can only do so much. They make a perfect bed.
Yeah, they can't stop you from
They don't
extramarital
know.
affairs.
What do they know about your life?
Nothing.
What's the next thing we're gonna do?
Nothing.
Marry our beds? Honestly, yeah.
I'll do it
if I
right
could.
now.
I don't
Sign
know
me
what
up.
I don't know what point they're making there.
I'll do it right now, baby.
If I was driving while listening to you guys, I would have crashed.
Yeah,
This would be the end of me.
right. And then
If you
what?
got into a car accident while listening to this, honestly, like I didn't have the possibility of turning it off. You should have turned that shit off.
That crash during a sleep number had.
You hobble to your house and you get into bed and you adjust it accordingly.
God.
Toot sweet.
Too sweet, baby.
Okay. Now you're probably thinking, but I don't have the bed yet. Now I was in a car crash.
That's
right.
what you're thinking.
Because you never see accidents coming.
It's true.
That's why they're called accidents.
That's why you got to wear the good underwear.
And buy the bed now.
Oh my God, you guys are wrapped it up in a little bow.
Yep.
I'll tell you this. This
Yeah.
was not just audio porn for me. This was magical. But it was also like, I just realized we have cameras on us, and I want to encourage everybody to watch this part on YouTube. It is up there because we're live. Just look for Casey's fucking face.
I'm just Keith is getting me hyped up. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
A lot of great hand movements you
Yeah.
got, buddy.
I know you're thinking.
What?
You're like, all right.
You know,
I was a drunk with Keith.
Yes.
I don't know how he's sitting there living this sober
know
lifestyle,
what he's
judging
doing.
me doing weed every day. This is hell.
Every day.
Because I just rest at night.
Yes, you take it easy. You don't
take
need the
it easy.
booze.
You don't need it.
No.
No, you wake up like probably on a pile of fucking rocks.
But what
I don't.
the
I
hell
see,
you-
well, honestly, I see what they sell
I
out
mean,
there.
it's not great.
I'm
I found it.
I'm not offensive to you, but
I found my bed in the house.
yeah,
Of a
see?
stranger.
Yeah,
It's not comfortable.
No, so respect yourself,
I'm trying.
and everything else will fall into place.
That's brilliant.
4 kids he's gonna have in 6 months. You'll see. He's gonna get this new bed. Life's gonna turn around.
Come right out. I'll sleep in the bed.
Right. You guys were talking about it for a split second. I don't know if you remember
Babies?
having
Yeah.
babies.
We're still talking about it. I remember we judged like how ready we were from 1 to 10.
Yeah.
And I said like 6 to make her happy, and she said 3.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fucked up.
Right.
But
Isn't it weird? Even though you were lying, it still hurts.
I was lying, and I I hurt my own feelings. So I would have said 1. But yeah, now we're later on, when things happen.
I was reading a story about ex-governor, and when I say that, it's only been 1 year, about 10 years ago, Governor Eliot Spitzer.
Spitz.
If you remember his job before he was governor, he was watching over corruption. Of all things, he was looking over making sure there wasn't prostitution. Well, surprise, surprise! Of course, he was caught up in multiple prostitutes. Okay, to the point where he hid a prostitute, no exaggeration, multiple times in a suitcase, brought it to his loft.
What?
When his wife was out of town.
No.
Yeah.
He had a what?
Yes.
Where are you reading this?
The Onion. Why? Former Governor Eliot Spitzer used to smuggle his Russian escort mistress into his luxury Upper East Side home he shared with his wife by stuffing her inside a piece of luggage.
No, come on.
How big is the luggage? Is this another ad?
Well, you don't have to fat shame. But don't you hate it when your wheels fall off? Okay. Svetlana Zakharova
Oh, Svetlana.
says...
You know what? Everyone named Svetlana has been through some shit.
They've been in a suitcase,
Seriously.
a duffel bag.
He used to sneak
purse.
me into his Fifth Avenue apartment in a black suitcase when his wife was away.
Wow.
My knees would be up in my face. When the doorman would ask if he could help, Elliot would say, "No, thanks." I wonder if she ever coughed.
What
but-
is good? Jeez Louise.
The Russian sex pot? She is pretty.
This is what the news describes. Thank you.
No, here's a
yeah.
picture. They're not wrong. See? Sex
Let's
pot.
see.
Sure,
I didn't see
sure.
it.
Believe me. Well, you're dating. I'm like, The Russian sex pot first hit the headlines in early 2016 when she accused Spitzer of choking her during a sex session gone awry
Oh, wow.
at the
Oh, I
Plaza
so
Hotel.
don't believe there's somebody who would stuff someone in a suitcase to
know.
hide from another woman.
When I first met him, he bragged how rich he was, but I didn't believe him because he had holes in his underwear.
What?
Well, that just seems
This is
spiteful.
another ad. you keep tricking me.
Right. She's 28 now. She said, and then this was back in 2010.
How old is he? He was like 30.
He is
He's
59.
like 30. He's like 86.
Spitzer would whine about another girlfriend and his wife when they met for their anything goes romps. He told me about problems with his wife. She complained about his drinking. She bought a dog without telling him. He didn't like that.
No.
He used to take me upstate to the farm. He cooked for me omelets, and he would put a potato in the microwave. He is not a good cook.
You'd put a potato in the microwave. What a funny quote. You would put a potato. That's her biggest problem. Not in the suitcase, but he put a potato in the
You
microwave.
know what though? Potatoes in the microwave, shockingly awesome.
Yeah, it's fine, I think.
Yeah.
When you tell your wife this didn't happen, and then little details like this come out.
She's like,
And it's
oh,
like-
yes, he does put potatoes. Yep. Only someone close to him would know that.
No, but you know how I would feel about it? If I was his wife, I'd be like, God, you were so mad when I bought the dog without your fucking permission.
Yeah, no.
So upset that I didn't consult with you about our marriage and this dog. You were fucking a bitch.
Ooh, God damn it. That's, oh my God. What do you think when you're in that suitcase with your knees? You're going to be like, I got to go back to school. This is not working out.
She said the relationship lasted so long because the former politician was a, quote, sexual deviant, and, quote, his wife and other girlfriends wouldn't do things.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Like what things? Did it
That's
say that?
always the story.
Right.
Oh, you know what my wife doesn't do? Totally choke on my cock.
He used to make me buy sex toys, dildos, and long-term erection gel,
What?
a
That's
leash with a
gel?
choker. I would throw them out after we used them. We were seeing each other 4 times a week.
It doesn't sound like she was into these kinks. I mean, these
No.
kinks sound totally reasonable,
Yeah.
but it doesn't sound like she was into it either.
She doesn't like it. Everyone's out there choking each other.
He would tie me up and call me names.
like
A bitch, he would say, I'm going to kill you.
Mm.
She revealed that the relationship got off to a rocky start at first.
Damn.
What was her first clue?
He came into a massage parlor that she was working on East 52nd Street and soon,
All on
asked,
the up and up.
and soon asked for oral sex.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, you got to wait.
You gotta wait. I'll take the oral sex, please. Oh,
It was 2010, 2 years after the former state attorney general resigned as governor when he was known as client number 9, if you remember. He was a regular customer, a typical guy. He started to come in more and more, asked for me maybe a couple of times a week. I was shy and just gave him a straight massage. He started to ask me about my family, my dreams, my goals. He said he was a lawyer and he would help me with anything I wanted. After a while, he asked for oral sex, but I told him no. He pulled out money. It was a lot, maybe an inch thick wad of 20s. He said, I have money. How
Whoa.
about sex?
That's a lot.
I have money. How about sex?
She
That's
said-
pretty
right.
straightforward.
She said she eventually would start to date Spitzer, even though I knew he was married and a father. She described Spitzer as a control freak,
Yeah.
always wanting to know what she was doing and calling her up 20 times a day. While Spitzer was still married or dating other women during their time together, he grew furious at her being with anyone else. The former escort, who got paid up to $5,000 a night, also griped that Spitzer could be a slacker about payments, one day getting a check for $10,000, another for $300.
What the hell?
And there were broken promises, she said.
No. Eliot, you gotta keep your promises, buddy.
He talked about getting me an apartment and never did. She finally broke her silence after the relationship in February of 2016. She called 911 claiming her lover had beaten and choked her at the Plaza, $1,000 night hotel, screaming at her, "What am I paying you for?" when she refused sex.
Jeez Louise. Elliot.
Otherwise, he sounds like an up and up.
No, he
you
sounds
know,
pretty good.
upstanding young man.
I'm still upset about the potato, but this
Yeah.
other stuff is also bad.
During a phone call, he threatened to kill her after she went to 911.
Oh my lord.
These people never understand, though. Can't you tell when somebody's somebody's audio taping you? Like, can't you tell that they talk funny? She sounds to me just like,
He can't tell that what he's saying is threatening even.
I guess. Remember Mel Gibson's
Yes.
girlfriend, and she would be like, "Why are you mean to me?" Like she ever talked that way to him, and he's like, "You bitch, I'll kill you. I don't think you're too nice sometimes. Fuck you, bitch, I'm gonna bury you. Why do you say that? You know, can you tell you're being taped?
Please elaborate.
Right.
You never helped me. You ruined my life.
This baby, you piece of shit, and then you fucking destroy my life. You know what's gonna happen to you? You're gonna be fucking dead. You're gonna die a slow, painful death, and your family's gonna look at you and laugh. Because you're a fucking bitch.
You fucking bitch, you piece
What?
of shit.
That was Spitzer?
Yeah, you will
Oh my
fucking die.
God.
You know what's going to happen to you? You're going to be fucking dead and your family will fucking laugh.
Why
Okay.
would they laugh?
That's the real question.
I don't understand.
What do you think is going to happen to Spitzer? Because I say nothing. And what's interesting is there's evidence of him threatening and
Yeah.
that he could actually kill someone,
Yeah.
right? Why not?
Absolutely.
If this was any other dude and he threatened someone like that, that would be enough to charge him.
Yeah.
All this other shit. Do you think anything will happen to him? Jail time, any kind of punishment?
I mean, is she what's the she has to press charges, or like this can come out and just like the state can press charges?
Well, I'll tell you, prosecutors never brought charges against Spitzer, although they targeted the woman who was accused of trying to shake him down for $400,000. The extortion rap was dropped as part of a plea deal involving a petite larceny charge against the woman who was separately accused of trying to swipe rent money from an ex-lover. She said she is now working on a book and movie deal about her time with Spitzer.
What in the world? So, what's he doing now? Isn't he a commentator on some cable news?
He could still
thing?
have an opinion.
Unbelievable, Keith. I knew you'd be on his side.
Wait, what did he get charged for? Like small larceny?
So she
Petite
has.
larceny.
Petite larceny?
So he threatened. He threatened the murder over the phone. You know how we do.
Yeah.
When you get us riled up,
Didn't sleep
we all
well.
say things we don't mean when you don't sleep well. He's sentenced to 30 days in a sleep number bed. Then it's up to him to buy his own.
Petite larceny. I looked up larceny. 'cause-
She is the one being charged with petite larceny for threats for saying, "Give me $400,000 or I'm going to tell people my story." And he
I
goes, "No,"
see.
and he goes, "Okay, I think I'm gonna anyway, though."
Yeah, that's nuts, man.
And then another thing about extortion with some other guy.
And he's not getting booked for anything.
Not yet.
This is such a dangerous person. Isn't
Yeah.
it so weird that we can read that about someone and know that they'll be fine? They're just like, oh,
Right.
but this guy's under stress and he's a leader and whatever. This isn't the first time he lost his shit. It's not the first time he threatened someone. This is his personality. Clearly, no
Yeah.
woman around him enjoys his company. You're fucking dangerous when you
Yeah.
don't have like any females around you that feel comfortable. And so he's been like this, continues to move up. And now it's like, oh, everyone will forget about this. The news cycle will just rejuvenate and next.
Picture you're hanging out with Spitzer, and he's like,
Okay, on the beach.
"Can't just put a fucking bitch in a suitcase.
Just put a bitch in a suitcase, bitch.
Take her up to. I pay her $1,000 extra to be in the humiliating suitcase." She obviously said yes. You can't.
She loves a suitcase.
You need their help to put them in a suitcase.
Yeah.
You know what's great about some guys who listen to this? It's like, oh, she just gets to do this because she's hot. I would love to just be hot and like, oh, I'm so sorry you have to be in a suitcase for $5,000. And I have heard
Yeah,
guys.
Oh yeah, I know.
I've heard guys say this, and there's been like dudes on this show that say it, and I'm like, there's like dude versions of this. Start working out as much as that woman has. Start taking care of yourself as much
Why
as
are you
that woman
pointing
has.
at me? Start working out.
And sleep with people that you're not necessarily into, but make sure that they like you all the time, no matter how much they yell at you or like mistreat you, make you feel like shit, embarrass you in front of people. There are women who are in their 50s, 60s, and 70s who will treat you like a sugar baby.
Yeah.
But no, this woman's just hot.
No, this shit is sick. That's why I never trust anyone in any politician or anyone who kind of wants power in some way, because they're all surrounded by people who want power, and they're always into some fucking sick, twisted shit. Anyone who like desires power like that is up to something fucking
But
wrong. There's
originally,
something wrong with their brain.
these places aren't really necessarily places. They shouldn't be that much power. You're working for us. You're working for
Yeah.
people. So it's not that just this position is that for a maniac. It's our system is so corrupt. It only employs maniacs.
That's probably true. But I also feel like people who
Because look at Ortiz. Well, the
O'Rourke,
Ocasio. Sorry.
Ocasio.
Seems like she wants to make a nice difference.
Yes.
You know, she wants the power. In order to change our system, you need to have a certain level of power. So
We'll see 10 years from now. She's going to be having dudes
Right.
in suitcases.
Right,
She's going to be
right.
ripping people's throats out like Keith. You have no idea. The power corrupts. Absolutely. whatever
that's
they
true.
say.
What
So
about
we'll
as a
see.
comic? Aren't you trying to, the more you get, the bigger you get, the more fan base you have, don't you have a certain level of power? Isn't that why Louis C.K. is, like, people are
Yes.
so angry with him?
Probably. Well, that's a thing. I find I might hold myself back a little bit from comedy because that's I don't feel comfortable with that kind of stuff. So I always diminish myself, and I don't really lust for a great deal of power. So I don't put myself in positions. A lot of people I see that succeed a lot, and like people like Louis C.K. or like people I know even are like kind of have like kind of a sick bloodthirst for fame and power and stuff like that I don't feel I necessarily have. So it might be a longer road.
Did you see
I'm not saying I'm a great guy. I'm just saying that's not my particular thing.
Did you see the documentary on Anthony Weiner?
Yes, that was nuts, man.
It's
oh my god,
so great, cleverly titled Wiener.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one who showed his wiener to an underage girl on their phone, and the movie's about his comeback, and he gets caught again during the movie.
It's so nuts, man. That guy can't just
He
stop.
can't help it.
Didn't his wife go back to him?
I
I think she broke up with him, and she go back to him again because he got a call like with like 15-year-olds on Twitter or something like that, right?
I thought she was over it at this point.
Maybe.
I think she got over it when he was taking pictures of his dick and the kid in his
Louise.
arm.
Oh my god, yeah,
It's
she's a
his
lovely
kid.
lady.
Yeah.
Wiener,
I
these
think-
guys are sick. What's going on? Come on, guys. Just take it
When
easy.
there's cameras on you, you stop.
You
You wait until the
stop.
documentary's done. That's
All right,
all.
are we down here? Because I'm gonna. All right,
Yeah, it seems like they're not. Like I said, they're not even aware of.
it being wrong.
Yeah, because it's so normalized in their
Right.
life,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone just kind of like yeses them and needs them to live.
Yes.
And they all have this obviously this ego, but even this way of talking that, like, I don't know, you shut other people down. You
It's
know,
narcissism, don't you think?
it's narcissism.
Yeah, it's narcissism.
And maybe it's exactly what Casey's saying. Like, you think you have the power to lead me? You know?
Yeah.
I'm interested in somebody to lead me, but by you thinking that you can, you're too much,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Where's the line? But yes, these people that they're good enough to be mayor, and then they're
We
or
gotta-
governor, and they're all fucked up.
We got to find people who don't want the position at all and force them to do it. They're like,
Right.
I'd rather not. And they're like,
Yeah.
no, I think you should. Those are the people, and then we force them into government,
Yes.
and then they have to do it.
Let's finally kidnap Ted Alexandro.
Yes.
Force him into this goddamn position.
He'd be great.
yeah, government drafts.
He's a great man. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
You have to. You talk too much. Now
Yeah.
you have to.
Yeah.
You gotta do it. Sorry,
Maybe
Ted.
like Molly and John Neffel,
Right.
those guys.
I definitely vote for Ted.
Casey,
Yes.
you can follow you online on Twitter, KCJ Salengo. Like I said, Instagram is the same, KCJ Salengo. And the podcast, The Good, The Dad, and The Ugly.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very
We'll
much.
talk
I
about
love it.
bettering your life.
We actually had a girl on last night who's a fan of the pod who listens to this and then started listening to that. And then we had her on to talk about. She's a fan and a model, and you guys brought her to us. So thank you.
Congrats, that's nice.
Very cool.
A model.
Yeah, she's a young model, so she was writing us for some advice about like dating as a model because she's shy, but all this stuff. So then apparently she was just in the area and came to the
Yes.
pod. So
What
that was
is
great.
her favorite? Is she a Samsonite fan? Okay, never mind. I'll look into it. All right, everybody. Thank you very much.
Don't forget to follow us on social media and go to our YouTube channel. It's got so much fun stuff.